Hey, it's Trey, and welcome to Midday with Trey. I hope you're having an awesome, wonderful day so far. The last time we talked, get out of here. We actually finished this little book right here, and I sealed it with a golden matte medium. This is my first jar ever of golden matte medium, so I splurged. I got the smallest jar I could find on Amazon, so I cannot tell you anything about it other than Dede Willingham loves it and swears by it. So I thought I'm going to try this. So I did that. I added the end and sealed it. Yeah, so we still need to do a final flip through this and go through and maybe add some more white highlights. But today I figured, because I haven't found my elastics yet, which is the final thing to close it, like this one. And I don't know what I did with them. So we're going to put this off for another day. And I'm really super curious about this composition book. I do not remember where I got it, and I'm sorry. But it's a little, they're still sewn, but it's kind of different than these, but yet the same. So I'm going to assume it's going to react the same. But hey, why not? Let's just go ahead and get to it. It's just that the spine is, I don't know, it's just weird. So I figured we would spend our hour together gluing that. And yes, I have penguins on my shirt. I love penguins. I don't care. I will wear things throughout the year. Okay, now I have to decide, am I going to do, see, the pages are just strange in the center. I don't know. Anyways, am I going to do wall to wall images, or am I going to leave like gaps for paint? I do not know what I want to do. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. What are some things that I've done recently that I haven't spoken about? Well, funny you should ask. I went to see a great rendition of Alice in Wonderland. In case you guys didn't know it, I am a big Alice in Wonderland fan. It was really fun. I just don't know what I want to do with this. It doesn't fit this way. It doesn't really fit that way. Kind of fits that way. I may do that. But my friend's daughter danced in it. Oh, so talented. And I tell you what, they dance with masks on. Props to them. Let me tell you what, because whew, that's tough. The funniest thing is that my husband's watching it, and he's like, okay. He's like, so ballet is where you do the same move 3 times in a row, and then we clap if they get it right. If they're able to do it 3 times. And he's so right. That is exact. I was like, yep, that's what it is. That is what it is. That's so funny. So true. It's so freaking true. We went downtown to have dinner, and while we were there, we got to eat on the patio. It was a beautiful, beautifully. It was probably about 4:30, I guess. It was beautiful outside. So we're like, yeah, let's eat outside. We went to Tupelo Honey, and while we were sitting there, I hear these sirens. I hear woo woo, and this cops just come screeching up the road, and I'm like, what in the crap is going on? And then I'm just expecting him to go by, and then he stops the car and jumps out and starts running down the sidewalk, not like right at us, but the way that it's set up is like we're sitting here. Hey, you can see me, sort of. It's my hand, and we're sitting here, and then there's like a greenway. Okay, we're sitting here. There's a sidewalk. Then there's like a little greenway, and then there's a sidewalk, and then there's like another patio area. So we're sitting here. The cop comes up. The street's right here. The cop comes up, stops his car right here, jumps out, tackles a guy that's sitting right here. So I mean, we're close to it. It's right. I mean, it is right across from us. But we're still far enough away that we didn't immediately panic. Had we been maybe on the other side, I don't know. They had a better view of what was actually going on. We couldn't really see because there was a lot of trees. But yeah, so that was extremely interesting. You just never know. But man, I mean, cops came in from everywhere, and then bless this little guy's heart. He was a homeless dude. Oh, I guess I should tell you. I guess it was this homeless guy. I don't know what happened, uh, but apparently he was being threatening in some manner. So they came and they tackled him. He went down without a fight for the most part that I could tell. Like I said, I couldn't really see what was going on, but there was no yelling or screaming or anything like that. But bless, and then they walked him to the squad car. He didn't seem to really know like where he was at, so he's probably having like a psychotic episode. So it seemed like the officers were able to talk to him, get him calmed down, walked him to the car. They kind of went through his stuff, and then they just left. But while they had this guy down on the ground trying to, calm him down so that they could sit him up and talk to him, this other guy was standing there with his hands in the air the whole time. He was just, oh, it broke my heart because, I mean, he was so frightened, and they weren't even there for him. So, poor guy. It's stuff like that. It's just so hard. But yeah, we got to see a little bit of live PD action. Jeremy posted a picture up here on Facebook. Peeping at the action while we were waiting for our food. Unfortunately, though, the next day I ate something that really set off my stomach. I don't know if I got a little bug maybe while we were out. Here we go, our very first page. All right. Let's go put something on the beginning. That's good. That almost fits. Oh, that fits real good. So I don't know if I picked up something or while I was out, or maybe it was something I ate, but certainly just soured my stomach that night. Ugh. But it was just like I just didn't feel good. Nothing major. It's been cold here in my little portion of the South. I guess we're in dogwood winter now. I don't know. I can't keep up with all of them. It's whatever's blooming at the time. That's what the winter it is. Ah! This morning it was chilly. This afternoon, because it was sunny, it was kind of warm if you were in the sun. And then tomorrow it's going to be really, really bad chilly. You know, I'm tired of all these, so I got a different plan. I got a different plan. I don't want a whole bunch of squares. I want ripped out things. I'm going back to my old style. Yes, I am. Oh, my stomach's gurgling right now. Stomach's gurgling. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. I do like that rainbow. Sometimes when you do this, you can come up with interesting shapes and stuff. And honestly, I really don't know what I'm going for in this book, so maybe we ought to just go back to the tried and true. We'll do a little mix of both. We'll do a mix of solidly covering, and then also we'll do some paint and things like that, to where, you know, we don't have to have the whole page cover. Some of it will be paint, because I'll do my whole technique so you guys can see it. We'll just do this whole glue book together, start to finish. And I don't know why I'm talking like this. It's my Sean Connery, I guess. Do like that one way. Do, 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 do. Do I like that? Yes, I do. Oh no. Please don't be work. Okay, good. It's not. I got a new phone. I think I told you guys that. I still have not customized all my different things. So I do that. Jeremy does it. I do. I customize so many things, and then I know exactly what it is when I hear it, so I don't have to pick up my phone. And he's like, what are you doing? Why does everybody have to have a custom ringtone? I was like, because then I know who's calling. You know? If he's calling, I'm going to make more of an effort to get to the phone than, say, like, if my ex-husband was calling. Okay, I had to respond to that real quick. I didn't want you all to sit here and waste our precious time together watching me watch me type off screen. I guess you couldn't even watch me type off screen. Okay, stick to my finger. Okay, okay. Ooh, look at that nice blue. The blue really goes, but maybe, yeah, maybe I really should just put there. Could do it like that and then cut it. I think I'll do that. Oh, my shoulders are so sore today. I've been really working on like stretching them out, and because my shoulder blades stay real tight. Well, heck, it wants to curl over, so let's just let it curl on over. You just go ahead and do that, baby. So today they're looser, they're not as tight, but they're just so tender. And whenever I breathe, oh, it's like I can feel them. It's so tender. But I'd rather them feel tender than tight, because tight means headaches. Okay. Boopy doopy doo. Oh, guys, let me tell you something funny about going to lunch with my boss, okay? So, I no longer work in the office. I work exclusively from home, and I don't know why I started slurring on that. I work exclusively from home. Look, I put it in my watercolor. So my glue's a little green now. Which is kind of funny, and we were talking about it today. But one of the last times that we did one of these lunches, I had said that I wanted to work from home, or that my end goal was to work 100% from home. And at the time, I was working 1 day a week at home, and I said that I wanted to increase it to 3 days a week at home, and then eventually in a couple of years go full time at home. And she was like, yep, that's fine, that's cool. She's cool with me working from home. She knows I do my job, and whatever. In my type of job, I can't slack. So but it's easier for me because my job a lot of times tend to be feast or famine. So there was so many times that I was just walking around the office with nothing to do, so there was really no sense of me to be there. But there's also times that it could be midnight and I'm working my ass off. So, it's just the nature of the beast. And so it just so happened that the pandemic hit 1 year, 1 year before my projected time to go full time at home. So the pandemic only really just kicked up my timeline by 1 year, but nobody at work really knows that except for me and her, and we just laugh about it because everybody's like, "Are you coming back?" Well, they were. They were like, "Are you coming back?" And I'm like, "No, no, I'm not. Why would I come back to work a few months only to say, oh, going full time at home now?" So, and my work son didn't want to put computers in my office, and my boss was like, trust me, she doesn't care. Put all the computers you want to in there. And then finally he called me one day and said, come clean out your office. I said, yes, sir. That was the best day of my life, man. I still have all that crap in boxes downstairs. It's awful. I need to go through it. I just don't want to. I need to just get rid of a lot of it because, like I had a coffee pot. Do I really need another coffee pot? No, I don't need a coffee pot. I had a tea kettle. Do I need a tea kettle? No, I have a much nicer tea kettle at the house. At the house and there. So, well, this obviously came from what kind of catalog? IKEA. You're right, boys and girls. I wish we had an IKEA in Knoxville. It's so sad that we don't. We have to drive to a whole nother state just to go to IKEA. So sad. Don't you feel sorry for us? That's pretty. I said I didn't want shapes, but I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm not even going to really experiment in this one. I think I just want to show you guys what I normally do. The way I normally do a book so that you see my normal everyday process. I'm using Dollar Tree glue, so I'm using quite a bit because you're going to have to if you're using Dollar Tree. But honestly, if my pages come up and whatever, I don't really care. I just glue them back down. Who cares, right? Who's going to see this except for me, you guys? No, I don't like that. We'll rip these people up. And that way they'll become, instead of people, they'll be more like shapes. Do like that. So you're going to go there. And this is normally how I start a glue book, is I just get a whole bunch of random images, and some of them I keep like this, normal or whatever, and then a lot of them I'll then rip up so that I have like some texture to kind of break up some of the, whatever. This will be an interesting 2-page spread, so let's do this. And, oh, that's kind of nice. So we'll do that. See? And that's all you need, and then I'll come in with some black paint and go around it. Hello, Amber. Hello, Amber. Hello, Amber. Dang it, she will never do it on camera. Any other time I'll say, hello, Amber, and she'll do her little honking at me, but she does. Anytime I have the camera on, it's like she knows. She's like, I ain't talking to you, woman. It's like that frog from Looney Tunes. That, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling frog. My husband loves that frog. And he'll be constantly doing something, and then if I acknowledge it, he'll go, ribbit. Do 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 do. Baby bubble. Nah. I don't like it. Oh. Phone. Don't. I still got time. That's pretty interesting. That's got some of that blue in it that I could play with. Could put it up. Could put it up there. These. Like these. Ah! Okay. And let's see what else I got. These are those yoga people. So you can't really even tell they're people. We'll just stick them like that. This part of the process, you don't want to be too precious. You don't want to think too much. You just want to kind of, if you lay something down and it feels good, you just kind of go for it for there. You're like, okay, that seems like that feels good. And then stick it down. I do a lot of color matching on things, but a lot of times I don't. I just throw a bunch of stuff at it. In this part of it, you can really just be that's too big, so we'll just go ahead and rip it up. Arg. Because you got to realize this is going to have paint on it and probably people and words, and all this is going to be pushed to the background, and it's really not going to be focal unless you really pull it to be the focal. I'm going to be honest, guys. It's kind of hard to talk because my shoulders are so tender. It just hurts to breathe deeply. It's like every time I breathe deeply, I want to go, oh. I don't think any of you guys want to hear me go, oh, every time I take a breath. What have I got going on here? I need some, there's some hands. I don't really want hands right now. I want some pattern. Just want some pattern. Will work. Sorry, I'm yawning now. Because I tell you, it just hurts. It hurts to breathe, so I'm finding myself shallow breathing. Now my lungs are starting to rebel. Okay. Anybody celebrate 420? Just asking. I like that, but oh no, I ripped it way more than I wanted to. It's okay. It'll still work. That happens. And again, like I said, you don't want to be too precious on this layer anyways, because all this crap's going to be pushed to the back. Nobody's really even going to notice most of the time what it even is by the time you get done with it. Right now, you're just wanting to put Images on paper. Do, 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 do. I like that, so we're going to do that. Do, 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 do. And I put glue all over that. I don't even need glue there, so. I ripped her fingers off. Did you see that? I am brutal. That's some terrible cutting. Oh no! Just cutting everywhere. Got some crazy cutting going on. All right. At this point, Dede would tell you that don't work just front to back because that'll warp your spine. I'm just saying that's what Dede would say. Do your own thing. Find out for yourself. Find out, does it warp my spine? And then think, do I care if my spine is warped? Flying through. I think, oh my God, I'm going to finish this too quickly or whatever. And then it takes me forever to finish a book. It always takes me way longer to finish a book than I think it's going to. I'm like, oh my God, I need to slow down. No, speed up, girl. You got so much fodder you need to use. Look at this. Look at this. Get it all in there. Do, do. You know what's bad, guys? Is that on the way home from my work, I stopped at our used bookstore and looked through their free bin and picked up crap. Lord knows I don't need it. What's wrong with me? I got a problem. I just have a problem where I want to rescue all the papers and turn them into art. Do I have a hands up? Is anybody else out there like that? Save all the arts. Save all the paper. I did pick up a few things. However, I did leave quite a bit, and I'm happy about that. Because the Lord knows I don't need to be bringing it into this house. If anything, things need to be leaving this house. Or be made into art, at least. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with it after it's done. What am I going to do with these glue books after they're all done? This composition book, I wish I remembered where I got it. I don't know if it was a Dollar Tree thing or whatever, or what. If I ever run into him again, I'll have to try to remember. I got some bunnies. This is me not even, I'm just picking it up and whatever I pick up goes on. Interesting. I like that. With a nice fence. My fingers are getting sticky. Then I can use my people. Look at that. Kicking butt and taking names. That's really nice. That's really nice, Rip. Ah, my fingers. Okay. If you happen to see a little blip there or whatever, I went ahead and took care of my email. I had to respond. I had to respond to a client telling them to go ahead and make the changes to the file. I have been waiting for them to make this change to their file since February. It's like, oh my God, just make the change already. It's fine. Oh no, which side do I want? Which side do I want? I think I want the other side. Ah. I don't know why I keep doing that. I guess because I really don't have anything to say. Kind of said everything. Is there anything else I need to say? My husband got this really cool thing with retro games on it called Super Console X. And it's like so super cool. And we've been playing it a lot recently. And the funniest thing is we played Mortal Kombat. And my ex-husband always played Sub-Zero. And I hated it because he would play Sub-Zero and freeze my butt every single time. If y'all are not video game players, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I hated it. I hated that character. Oh, I just... So last night we get up, he boots up Mortal Kombat. And he's like, oh, Sub-Zero. I love Sub-Zero. That's my character. And I'm just like, no. No. But, I let him play it. He kicked my butt. He froze me over and over again. And I'm just sitting there going, try not to be bitter. It's so funny in some weird ways of how he and my ex-husband are similar. And it would kill him to even know. It is really funny that my ex-husband had a cyst in his ear. That's kind of rare. But what's even more rare is for that cyst to come back after you have an operation. And that is exactly what happened to my ex. His cyst came back in his ear, and it was pretty bad. It didn't even come back the way it normally would. So normally they grow like little pearls, and they can just go in and pluck them out. And that's the way his was, I guess, the first time they went in. And then the second time that they went in, it was like grass, which was like uncommon or whatever. So it took longer to do. But, so it's just really, because this is an ear cyst, it's just really weird for anybody to have it. It's a rare condition, and all this. And then Jeremy comes, and he's got the same thing. He's got a cyst in his ear. Same thing happened. Went in, did one operation, and then it came back really quickly. Same kind of scenario. Craziness. There was one difference, though, in the fact that Ken at least had 2 good ears, and Jeremy's only got 1, and the cyst was in his good ear. So when they did his operation, he had 0 hearing for several months. And that's awful. And let me tell you, I have never been so pissed off at closed captioning in my life. I have not written so many shows and networks about their closed captioning as I did during that time. Because it's like, I can't even remember now, but one of Jeremy's favorite shows, and he was looking so forward to it. And then, we turn it on, and the closed captioning is all messed up. Just, oh man, I look over at him, and he is just teary-eyed. Because he had looked forward to it, and he's been in all this pain, And of course, that just kills you when you see someone you love go through something like that. It hurts you so much more than if it's you, So, anyways, like I said, I just got a new appreciation for closed captioning. We still use closed captioning. And we always had. But, we never had to rely on it. And so when we did, and it wasn't there, you notice it that when it's not there or whatever, a lot more when you need it, right? Ooh, these are pretty. Like maiden in chrome. No mother. I'm trying to mix up some of these images because, a lot of these will come from the same place. So, you don't want, to show the same thing over and over again. I probably will do. Ooh, didn't see this guy. Ah. I like these too. So there you go. $45, guys. We got 15 minutes. We were just making good time with this. I think on the next time we should be able to finish up the rest of these pages and start going into some stencils and things like that. You'll find that I grab my books a lot and I stroke my books and I pet my books, and yeah, that's all part of it for me. So I like the way, to me it's the way a book feels in my hand and all that goes into how I feel about it. All right, Church Street Art and Craft Show, you're in. There you go. You finally made it in a book. Actually, I'm taking you back out. You're making it out of a book. Because I don't want you covering up so much crap if you don't have to. I was turning around to see if Amber was behind me. And ow. My child dies. Yes, I like that a lot better. Oh, it's still sticky. For now. Oh my gosh, for now. I remember. Let's just talk about my ex. I remember when his oldest sister got married. This is the greatest story. I love this story. I'm so glad that I get to share this story with you. So, my ex-husband's oldest sister dated this guy forever. And he said she wanted to get married. He didn't give a crap if they got married or not, to be honest. And she told him that she would only marry him if he got her a carat diamond. And he said no. He said she wasn't worth it. Which I laugh because this girl, she's so mean. She's so mean. Even now, she's so mean. So anyway, she was, well, I'll tell you, this will give you a really good idea of the kind of person that she is. She was working at this factory and she was in the bathroom, and she overheard this girl talking about her. So, and this girl dated a guy that also worked at the factory that they worked at. So my ex's sister went and stole her boyfriend from her. Was not interested in him in the slightest, and stole him just to get back at this girl. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. I'm sorry. So she starts dating him, and then she formulates this plan that what she's going to do is she's going to hoodoo this guy, and she's going to get him to get her a diamond ring, and then she's going to break up with him and go back to her original boyfriend. Great plan, huh? Sounds like a great plan to me. Only it didn't quite work out that way. Because her ex, Chris, we'll just go ahead and call him Chris. Chris was all happy to, have sex with her and all that, but he wasn't really willing to do much of anything else. But he kind of led her on and let her believe that he was going to do, that he was going along with her plan or whatever. And so, she decided that she really wanted Chris to come in and bust up her wedding, big style like that. Chris run in, and before she says I do and all this stuff. I cannot even believe that she even let it get this far. I think what happened is her boyfriend that gave her the ring told her if she broke up with him that he wanted the ring back or something like that. I don't know, but anyways, I can't remember because guys, this was a long time ago. She concocted in her mind that she wanted Chris to run and like break up the wedding and all this stuff. So on her wedding day, everybody was like running around. She kept coming like over to Ken's, to my ex's, that's Ken, his middle sister, and saying, now if Chris calls, don't tell him where the wedding is. If Chris calls, don't tell him. And we're just like, whatever. We all knew. We knew that it wasn't going to play out the way she thought it was going to play out. And then it would be like, she'd come and she'd go, has he called? Have you heard from Chris? Has Chris tried to call you? Or, like, no. She'd call me and has Chris called? And I'm like, no. And then it was probably about an hour before the wedding. And she's like, well, if Chris calls, go ahead and tell him where the wedding is. And we're like, okay, well, so we're at the reception. And the first thing she did was she ran up to me and grabbed me and said, did Chris call? I'm like, no, honey, he didn't. He didn't call. And then, so Ken, my ex, walked up and said, hey, how's it feel to be Mrs. Blah, blah, blah? And she went, for now. So I cannot say for now without hearing her say that in my mind. Because she still thought that he was going to ride up and just take her away. And she went into the bathroom, and me and her other sister were standing outside. We really shouldn't be, but we had to know. She called him and she said, I thought you were going to come for me. And apparently he said, no. So he pretty much told her that, look, that ring was so important to you. You just go right ahead and keep it. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Of course, she would never admit to any of that. But we heard it from Chris and Chris's brother. So we tend to believe them over her, who said, "Yeah, I I told him that yeah, whatever. You wanted him to come so bad." So, anyway, she's still married to that guy. She married him solely for that ring. For that ring. They are so unhappy. They were miserable. But he's in hog heaven because she's a beautiful woman, and he is not a good looking man. So he got himself a trophy wife, that is for sure. And he makes sure that she stays trophy. I tell you what, he makes her step on that scale. Honestly, I don't even know what he does nowadays. I know that's what he used to do. I'm glad I'm out of that family. I feel bad that my ex-husband's wife, Tara, whom I love very much, has to put up with that because they treat her so terribly. So terribly. And I hate it. It's funny, they treated me terribly when I was the wife, and now I'm the golden child. And Tara's like, I don't know. They're just mean to her. They're just mean people. And I hate it because Tara's just the sweetest person. And they just treat her like crap. Alright, guys. We're coming up on that hour. I hope you enjoyed the story of my crazy ex-in-laws. We made a pretty good little headway on this book. I mean, it's coming along pretty good. I think what I might do is take some sandpaper to the top and just sand all this down, rather than trying to go in there and cut it all. Sometimes that's just easier, I find, to just kind of pinch it close and just sand it real good. So that's probably what I'll do once it's all done. But yeah, I think maybe the next session we might actually have it all done. Ooh, that's exciting because that means then we get to do some painting and you get to see me get my hands all black. All right, I'm out of here. Bye, guys.